Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Northern College of the Arts and Technology Year 10 Information Evening. I want to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and any of it here with us tonight. Now, before we move on, can I ask you to put off, instead of gallery view, to put it on speaker view so you can have a look and see this coming through really well. Thank you. So thank you for joining us for our online information evening tonight. When we deferred our May information evening, we were hopeful that we could still go ahead and run a number of smaller ones in August so everyone could have the opportunity to see our wonderful college, meet our teachers and students, but it was not to be. So here we are online instead. Tonight, we're focusing on Year 10. Thursday night, we'll be having a Year 11 and 12 information evening. Next week, we'll be running special sessions that focus on all the various specialist areas of the visual arts, the performing arts, and technology. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end. So I hope by tonight, you will have a good insight into the college, its programs, its facilities, and its culture. And we're going to start with a short overview of the college. No, this is the video. Okay, well, NCAT, as you could see from that clip, is a college like no other in Australia. We provide unique and specialist facilities and excellent and unique programs, some of which don't exist anywhere else in Victoria. We have strong relationships with universities, with TAFEs, with industry, to ensure that our courses have real pathways for our young people. And what I believe makes us really special is that we have a culture here of inclusion, of support, of working to students' strengths. We have students and teachers who are passionate and want to be here working together. It's a place where individuality is encouraged and celebrated. We love seeing our students thrive and excel and surprise themselves with what they can achieve. We take pride in the fact that students love this school, and that they're with like-minded students and you will hear from a couple of them later tonight. NCAT is a government senior secondary college. And as you can see on screen, we start at Year 7, where students come to us because they're passionate about pursuing a pathway in an area of specialisations. So at Year 10, they can choose an arts or technology pathway. From there, they go on to a VCE or VCAL pathway at Year 11 and 12. We run very strong VCE programs where students can take subjects from all areas, arts and technologies. We also run specialist VCAL programs, and they're quite unique for students who are clear about their pathways in the arts or the technologies. But we also run more general ones for students who might want to take other pathways. VCAL is a more hands-on program with no exams, but students still get their Year 11 and Year 12 certificate, and they can go on to TAFE, employment or apprenticeships. We also, as you can see in the red up the top, we also run programs for students who have completed their Year 12s, and they can go on to a number of either Certificate 4 programs or diploma level programs. We're not a TAFE, but we do provide, because we provide the care and support of a secondary school, but we do have the experience of a TAFE. We are a nationally registered training organisation, so we run a wide range of certificate and diploma courses, which are nationally accredited, just like TAFEs do. This gives our students an edge because in addition to the traditional subjects expected in a senior secondary college, at Year 10, at Year 11 and 12, we also deliver 25 other VET programs in the visual arts, the performing arts, the trades, technologies and sport. These certificates not only contribute to VC and VCAL, but they're nationally recognised qualifications. NCAT is based on a European model of education where students can pursue their passions from an early age. As you can see on the red, you see the Year Arts program and the subjects that they can take. To your right in blue are the Year 10 technology stream, that's the Year 10 technology stream, and the subjects that they can take. In the middle, in the grey, are VET programs that can be taken by either the Year 11 or Year 12s. It can be taken by either the art or the technology students. Now, each stream, whether it's the art or the technology, provides the opportunity for the students to experience a wide range of arts or technology subjects along their core subjects such as English, maths and science. And it provides for a solid foundation for their VCE or VCAL certificates. As well, on a Saturday morning, Year 10s have the opportunity to do a Year 11 VET program in either the arts, the technologies or the sport and rec, and they're listed in that grey area. This allows students to further pursue their special interest or alternative, choose from a totally different area. So if art is your passion, you can do visual design, you can do art, media, photography, and then on a Wednesday, you can choose a Certificate 2 in Visual Arts. Or you might want to do a Certificate 3 in Screen and Media Multimedia, where you do animation and web design. Or you can choose Screen and Media Video, where you can make films and videos. Similarly, if you're a great dancer, you can start specialist classes at Year 10 and then also start a Certificate 2 in dance. Music students can do music at Year 10 and a Certificate 3 in music as part of their Year 10 program. If you're interested in the technology streams, you get the opportunity to try all the various different areas. So you can do automotive, electrotechnology, engineering and woodwork. And then on a Wednesday, you can pursue your passion. So if you're mad about cars, you can do auto. If you're looking to do, you want to look at doing some carpentry, then you do building and construction, or you can do plumbing, or you can take any of those up there. Say, for example, you want to do sport and rec, because that's your passion, you can take that as well. So from Year 10, students are able to take Certificate 2 or 3 programs as part of their what they do, and they gain skills, real life skills, depth and knowledge in their area of interest, which leads to further study or employment and apprenticeships. And the VET certificates are great because they're really hands-on, and it means that you really learn about that particular area. And of course, it contributes to your VCE or VCAL. At Year 11, you can choose to you can choose an either a VCE stream or a VCAL stream. Students can continue to further develop their interest in the arts or technologies, or they can choose a totally different area. Because most have started a VET program in Year 10, they can finish that certificate at Year 11 and then pick some new ones. And it also means that in Year 11, when they are in Year 11, because they've done part of the Unit 1 and 2 in Year 10, they can get a Year 12 subject under their belt in Year 11. Our VCE programs include traditional VCE subjects you would expect to find at any school. So business studies, legal, health and human relations, mathematics, psychology, and so on. But as you can see on the right, we also run a whole range of VET programs. Quite a number of them are VCE VET programs with scored subject. They're scored subjects, so they're the equivalent of doing any VCE subject. And it means that our young people can really pursue their passions. So if you, for example, are interested in music, we offer not only VCE music, music investigations, VCE music styles and composition, but you can also do the Certificate 3 in music or the Certificate 3 in sound production. It's quite a number of music subjects, but you still have to do English, of course. Students come from all over Melbourne because of the quality of our music programs and because we prepare students for the current music industry, whether it's to work into there or pursue further studies in that. Also, unlike anywhere else, you can mix music with your maths or your systems engineering or integrated technologies. You're not limited in what you can take across the school. Similarly, in visual arts and design or in media or multimedia and video and film, we run a range of VCE subjects which are complemented by VET programs. And we work really hard to bring out the best in students, and we're proud of our VCE results. In dance, one of our dance students, Alex Knights, was in top acts earlier this year. Two of our students, Neve McDermott and Georgia Ryan, were in top designs for their animations for the Certificate 3 in Screen and Media. You can go to the Melbourne Museum website and see their work. And in fact, Georgia is also included in one of the interviews with the students in top designs. For those interested in technologies, we run a range of VCE and VET programs for those who want to go to university. In VCE VET engineering, for example, we've had students score perfect 50s, and last year we had a number of students with scores of 40, including one student scoring 49. In systems engineering, students can create circuits, use 3D printers, develop models, develop apps to run various systems. In VCE VET Certificate 2 in Integrated Technologies, you can focus on computer networking, sustainable energy systems that engage with multiple technologies, emerging techniques in the field of 3D printing, CAD, coding, automation, and robotics. It's a brilliant subject, and it leads to further studies and careers in robotics, mechatronics, telecommunications, engineering, electrotechnology, and computer engineering and advanced manufacturing. Over the past 4 years, we've topped the state with the VCE score in the subject, all been in the top 3 high scores. Had students have been awarded a VCE Premiers Award, and last year a student had his project chosen for top designs. As well as having very strong VCE streams, we also run a range of highly specialised integrated VCAL programs. And they are, again, in the arts and the technologies. You can see there to your left, the integrated VCAL programs. We have the VCAL Art Immersion program, which is a brilliant program where you're in a studio environment 4 days a week and run through a whole range of various techniques and workshops, and you can cover photography, and of course you do your literacy and numeracy, but they're embedded in what you do. For students who don't want to sit exams, but have a great talent in music or dance, we also run a VCAL performance program to further their talents and to make sure that they're ready for further pathways. For all those of you wanting to get into an apprenticeship eventually or employment in the trades or technologies, we run a range of integrated VCAL VET pre-apprenticeship programs. We call them pre-apprenticeship programs, where you can specialise in carpentry, plumbing, automotive, electrotechnology, furniture making, engineering, and do all these with literacy and numeracy subjects that are totally geared to the knowledge and skills that you need for those areas. Over your 10 to 12, students can do up to 3 or 4 VET programs so that you can see what you're really good at and have lots of options in terms of where you decide to head post-school, which particular apprenticeship you might want to go into. We have a great track record of getting students into apprenticeships. Each year, not only Year 12 VCAL pre-app students, but also quite a number of Year 11 pre-app students get apprenticeships. We have an excellent relationships with local industry who come to us and tell us when they have vacancies. and that we are valued for the quality of the training that we provide. I just found out today that one of our Year 12s has just got an electoral apprenticeship, and that's brilliant. But even during COVID, we've been getting students that have been getting apprenticeships. As well as running programs for Year 10 to 12, we also run post-secondary programs. And you can see on the left, at the bottom of this slide, both on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, the post-Year 12 programs that we run. They are in visual arts, design, photography, music, sound production, and of course we run the Diploma of Photo Imaging and musical instrument making. We're the only place in Australia that runs a Certificate 3 and 4 of musical instrument making and repair. And the Certificate 4 leads straight to employment. We work with Maitland Guitars, with Cole Clark. They employ exclusively from us. And many of our students not only have worked there, but also set up their own businesses. It's a brilliant program. Because of our specialist facilities, we also have vet students that come from other schools. We run a vet program for about 520 external vet students who come from 71 schools, state and privates across Melbourne, and they come for half a day a week and they get access to some of our programs. They don't get access to all of our programs. So whether a student wants to go to tertiary study or apprenticeships or into employment, our strong ties with industries, with tertiary institutions, means that we can help them get them there. The college has lots of new students every year. We are welcoming and we work to build on students' strengths. We celebrate individual achievement and we provide experiential learning outside the classroom as well as inside the classroom. We have zero tolerance for bullying and we expect our students to behave well. Our code of conduct is founded on learning, safety and respect. Student wants to be here, which makes a real difference and it makes for a great learning environment. And we won't enroll students who are badly behaved. We can't. It's an adult environment. There is so much equipment everywhere. Rooms are open. So we need students that are respectful, that are going to look after the place. In the Trade Training Centre, there is so much equipment and some of it can be dangerous if mishandled. So we are very safety conscious. We can't have students who want to be silly or who don't want to follow instructions. We believe in restorative practices, but if there are serious breaches of the school code of conduct, it's 3 strikes and you're out. We give students every chance, but if they don't respect the code of conduct, then they're telling us that they don't belong here. Our Year 10 students are supported by coordinators, form teachers, youth support worker, mental health practitioner, careers advisor. We're all there to make sure they have the best year ever. I'm now going to pass over to, you're now going to see a video showing our Year 10 coordinator with a couple of students, and they'll have their say about what they think of NCAT.
So the very first question, so actually, first of all, thank you so much for coming on, especially in amongst all your Zoom classes during the week. It's really good to connect in this way, especially with you, Eric, because I don't get to teach you as much.
I'm just the life of the party. I'm kidding. I'm really kidding.
So first of all, Angela, I'll pitch this question to you. Why did you choose NCAT?
So I chose to come to NCAT because I came to an information session here thinking I might want to do one of the vet courses whilst continuing to do like regular Year 10 at my old high school. And I was just so impressed with the music program and the facilities just seemed really good. I've been like practicing music for the past 3 or 4 years and it became a passion of mine. So I felt that the school would give me an opportunity to get to do more music and just become more skilled. And that was just all really exciting to me. So I decided to change schools, yeah.
That's awesome. Actually, I'll pitch that one to you as well, Eric. So why did you choose NCAT?
Because of what it had and what the school offered, and how also it's a very respectful and open, accepting school. Last school I went to wasn't really like that, especially with my skin color as well. Having hair like this wasn't allowed. It was it was too out there, and I had to be, I don't know, straightened or braided, and that was a lot of money and a lot of time. And also, there weren't many Black students also at the school, and also if there were, they weren't really accepted and they're treated differently. But when I came to NCAT, the family's first words were, no, like, racism isn't tolerated. Any type of discrimination towards religion or sexuality, it's not okay, and everyone here is accepted. At NCAT, you can be whoever you want to be, and literally no one cares. All you have to be is a good person, and everyone will love you for who you are. And that's what I love about NCAT. That's why I wanted to move, because I've changed everything about myself for the better, because I wanted to be that person.
That's so good. And actually, you just touched on ultimately what that next question is, what we love about NCAT. But Angela, I'll handball that one to you. So now that you've been at the college, unfortunately, really only there for about a term, but we're now in term 3. So what do you love most about NCAT?
Well, I like how you can like focus on your individual interests. And I do think, like what Eric was saying, the school environment just makes me feel very comfortable. And I do like how they say that it operates like a workplace without the bells and like there's no school bells and no uniform. And like one of the main things for me was how we've always been told that our like student well-being is something that gets put first. And I just think that was like a really lovely thing for our school to do. It's something that's like that is treated as a priority. And yeah, that's something that I really like about it.
Yeah. I might pitch that one to you as well, Eric, on top of not only that sense of inclusion, but is there any little niche about NCAT now that you're there and enjoying it? Is there anything else that you really love about it?
The learning plans they have for their students, no matter if you're 3 years ahead in class or 3 years behind, they will always alternate the classes for you, so you don't feel stupid, because no one is stupid. They just struggle with different things. I'm horrible with maths and science, but that doesn't mean that I'm not intelligent. I'm a very intelligent person, but when it comes to arts and sculpting and dance and music, but then someone else could be so much better when it comes to building, and you aren't treated as you're stupid, treating as will help you learn and will help you get to the places you need to be.
Yeah, awesome. You guys inspire me to want to attend the school. I'm like, oh wait, I work there.
So I run the building. I'm a year 10 coordinator.
No, I'm glad that you both feel that way. So now I know, Angela, that you mentioned it before. So when individuals do come to NCAT, a lot of people do come because they're like, wow, you are that registered training organisation. The vets are there. And so then you made that choice to come on board full time, which is great. So how have you maybe found that balance between those core subjects, so like your English and maths, but then also your particular music stream? How have you found that balance?
I found it really good. Like for me, at like this point in time, music was something that's just really important to me, and I really like how I've been able to do both of them. And I feel as though I get the opportunity to really immerse myself in like the music program and just become a part of it. And I just really like that. And yeah, I just think that initially when I was choosing to come to NCAT, it was a particular concern of mine that I might be limiting myself academically. But like now that I'm here, I feel as though I've just learnt so much, and it's just been so good being able to do both music and like my other classes. And yeah, that's just been the main thing for me, was that I was a bit worried that I might be like not considering things like, like my other classes might be putting too much time into like the music program. But I just feel like now that I'm here, there's so much more to learn as well, and I've just enjoyed getting to do both.
Yeah, great. Eric, do you want to make a contribution to that question as well? Like I know that we do sometimes have that emphasis on our interests, on our passions, but how have you found your course being complemented with those key Victorian curriculum?
Just also knowing my future, I guess, and knowing what I need to know. And also it's just that it's also good to learn. You know, you can't learn too much. It's always good to have extra knowledge. So yeah, I'm sitting in English and I'm learning about all like structures and how to look into a story, and story is great, but there's only so much you can say about it. But it's also learning comprehension skills and learning how to look into things. Yeah, it's also good to know, instead of just being oblivious to the things around you. You can it's always good to learn, have extra knowledge. So I never thought, yes, I love music, I want to be a musician, I want to do everything with art, I'm going to focus on that and block out everything else. No, because I need those core skills. And it's not going to get me anywhere when I'm with a label and I've got no idea what I'm talking about with contracts, because I'm scared out of English about something that could have helped me with comprehension and learning things for myself. So there's no point skipping out all the main things in life and just going for art music, because it's a very hard industry to get into. Everyone wants to do it. And there's so many different types of minds and hearts who want to do it. You have to be individual and unique, and it's hard to be that when everyone else is. So it's good to have backup, and it's good to have the basic knowledge.
Yeah, great. And I think that leads me then to my final question, is if you think back to when both of you were Year 9 students considering NCAT, what word of advice would you give to them to maybe encourage them to maybe come along and enroll at NCAT? What piece of advice would you give them? I'll maybe handball to you first, Angela.
Okay. I would say that so it might be sort of an intimidating jump to make. Like, changing schools is always hard and things, but I feel as though it was such a worthwhile thing for me, and I know that it would be for so many other people. And especially if you're looking for a type of learning or a learning environment that might be a bit different to what you've been used to, or just a bit of a change in that way, because NCAT is a different school to most other schools, and that's the thing that I really like about it, is how it's different. So I think I would say, yeah, if you're looking for a school that is going to offer you something else, or you want to try something new, I think this would definitely be a good place to come.
Yeah, great. And do you want to wrap this up, Eric? So what is maybe a point of advice that you'd give to a current Year 9 student to come to NCAT?
Just go for it. Like, especially if you're moving because you're unhappy with where you are. And I know for a fact that I was scared of going to be missing out on things back at my old school. And it's just like, it's about you, not about anyone else. It's about your future and how you're going to grow as a person. Just go for it and do what you want to do. Don't think about anyone else, and people who are in your life and who do love you will support you in what you go through. And if you need a new school, you need somewhere to go to where you feel comfortable, you should most definitely go to NCAT. This school, top of the charts. It's amazing.
Thank you very much. Oh, you've actually given me like little goosebumps of how, it's awesome that we've had that influence on both of you.
I love our young people. That it doesn't matter who you ask, that's the kind of passion we're seeing them. And that's because we really love our young people here, and we encourage that passion, and we try and support them in the best way we can. In fact, we want our young people to become strong-minded, independent and confident young people. We value student voice, leadership and agency and involvement across the school. And we're really proud that last year, our student and our school was a finalist and runner-up in the prestigious Vic SRC Student Voice for Secondary School of the Year Award. So that was really lovely, presented by the Minister for Education. So you've seen the students, you've heard a bit about what we have to offer. In terms of our facilities, our college is second to none. And it is different, and really until you come and see it here, I mean, you can see it on video, but it's very different coming in person. But in the arts, we have specialist dance students, 10 music practice rooms, recital rooms, technology rooms. We have large recording studios that can fit a whole class in there, theatre studies studios, large performing arts centre that has retractable seating for 350. In technology, we have a huge trade training centre and purpose-built areas for automotive, building construction, electrotechnology, furniture making, integrated technologies, plumbing, instrument making. So hopefully this next video will give you a bit more of a view on those areas. So we're just going to play this for you, and you'll be able to see most of the areas.
The fact that I can come to this school and study exactly what I want to do and be able to do that all day and every day is just, there's nothing else that can compare.
The way we choose what we teach is very much based on what the industry needs are. There's no point putting in programs if there's no opportunities for employment or pathways beyond that.
NCAT treat every student as an individual, and as I said, they see the potential in people and they grow that potential.
I think we have a really unique culture at the school, which is why I love teaching here.
Know how to build self-esteem and motivation, which is really important. I mean, that's exactly what you want.
The college is fairly special in that we're an RTO in a school, and we deliver a lot of Certificate 2 qualifications, but we also deliver Certificate 3 and 4.
Are able to enhance their skills in a safe and happy working environment where they're guided to the best work practices.
We treat students as adults, and I think that forms the basis for very positive, strong relationships between staff and students.
People talk about life-changing experiences, and without exaggeration, NCAT has been a real life-changing experience.
I hope you really enjoyed that. We're really proud that the video was actually produced by one of our talented Year 11 VCAL students, Mason Pert, and the music is original music that was composed and performed by Matt O'Connor, one of our Year 12 music students, BC music students. If you're interested in enrolling at NCAT, then you need to apply online and then send us last year's reports and this year's reports. If you're interested in music or dance, we'll organise an audition because everyone, whether at Year 10, 11 or 12, coming into those programs has to have an audition. If you want to do art, we'd love to see some of your artwork or photos or any of work that you've done, any animation, if that's your interest. But whether you're art or technology, we will review your application and we'll interview you to see if we're the right fit for you, if we can help you achieve your goals. At this point of the night, the information evening, what we'd normally do is open it up for you guys to all go around and have a look at the various different areas. However, we can't do that. What we can do, and we've put it up on the screen now, is that next week we will have area-specific sessions where you can meet the teachers and you'll be able to see the areas and find out about those programs in far more detail. So there's one for the performing arts, there's one for the area of trades and technology, and there's also one for the visual arts. So we've come now to the end of our presentation, and it's really time to have a question and answer session. So if you have any questions, please type them into the chat and I'll be happy to answer any queries that you may have. If we do get too many queries, or if you have other queries and we don't have them here tonight, you can email us, and we're happy to put up a frequently asked question fact sheet on our website as well. So do we have any questions?
So one of the questions was, are students able to focus on visual art and music?
Yes, students can focus both on visual arts and music. They can take, at year 10, they will be doing quite a lot of art subjects, so they can choose which ones they want. They can do either music at year 10 or pick a vet music. So yes, they can blend. We've had students blend dance and music. We've had people blend all sorts of different things. So yes, you can. And that's the beauty of having a Wednesday where they can pick from quite a variety of different areas, so they can mix and match.
A question from Gertie was how Year 10 works full time, how students get into that, and how many students do Year 10 full time, and what is the male-female ratio?
Okay, we have we limit the number coming into Year 10 because we get so many students coming in at Year 11 and 12. Year 10 is very precious to us, so we only take 3 groups, 2 groups of into the arts and 1 into technology. In the arts, it's almost 50-50 in terms of male-female ratio. In the technology, it's generally male. We have had 1 or 2 students. We've got 1 female student in there this year, Ruby, and she's doing brilliantly. So she gets supported and she really loves it. So it doesn't stop you whether you're male or female doing any program here at the school.
How have we been managing online learning due to COVID?
Okay, one of the things that was really fantastic about us was that we already had an online platform called Moodle, and when we went to remote learning, we were able to use that to engage with our students along with Zoom lessons and everything else. I think everyone, I'm sure that you would have the same experience as us and our students. I think every school's having a similar experience, which is everyone really engaged really, really well in that first lot of remote learning. In the second lot of remote learning, it's been a bit more challenging, I think, for some students. The VC students have managed incredibly well. Our Year 10s, we've been really quite pleased with some of them, but we have been there to support them. We've really looked at what we do and how we do it. But I think it has been a challenge for everyone. But it's been, you know, we've started to bring students back, particularly at the senior levels, because they need to get through some of their prac studies, but in very small groups. So hopefully we keep our fingers crossed that pretty shortly we'll be able to go back down to stage 3, and that next term we can see our students again, because we really miss them. We love them and we can't see them. I feel like I've got my arm cut off because they're not here.
If a student starts a vet certificate to dance elsewhere during Year 10, can they continue Units 3 and 4 at NCAT in Year 11?
Yes, absolutely.
Do we have animation courses or anything to do with animating?
Yes, in fact, from Year 10, if you're in the arts program, you do multimedia. It's a core subject, and can also pick up the Certificate 3 in Screen and Media Multimedia, which the whole of the first semester is around animation. But then you also learn how to embed animations in web design and a whole lot of other, and all the skills that you need for that. We've had students who have gone on to courses and degrees in animation from here, and they've done brilliantly.
Somebody's asking how hard it is to get into the Year 10 technology class as well as the Year 10 music class.
Okay, what to do both? I'm not sure about that.
To get in 2 separate
okay,
people
to get into Year 10 technology, what we're looking for is young people who are really keen, wanted to make sure that that's an area you really want to go into. And that your report says that you try hard and that you will behave. We know that some students have disengaged this year, which is why we're going to be looking at Year 8 report, because that will give us more of an insight of what it was really like for you, or what you were really like. Because we know Year 9 in any year is a challenge, but I think this year with remote learning, it has been a huge challenge. So that's for across the board. If you're a music student, then we'll organise an audition. So that we can see whether you're up to the skill level that we run here, because students that come here are really, you know, I mean, sometimes we've had students that have done 3 or 4 years of self-taught, but they're amazing. So really, we won't know until we do an audition.
Do Year 10s have a home group class where they're with the same students for core courses?
The students are in core form groups. They do mix with the other Year 10, the Year 10 arts students do mix with each other, because they can choose to do either theatre studies or media. So if you're interested in theatre studies, from across the two groups, you go into that group, or media, the other one. The other thing too is that we also divide those two groups into three separate classes where you go into a music stream, a dance stream, or a visual arts and design stream. So you do mix across, but on a Wednesday, you mix with not just other students in your class. If you decide, for example, you're going to do the certificate 2 in auto, you'll just not mix with maybe some of your classmates, but you'll mix with year 11 students from this college, and you'll mix with students from other schools as well. So it's quite a variety. So you do get that chance and opportunity to get to know other students, not just those in your class. But we do have a core form group, and all students have a session a week, which is basically their form group session. We call it ROCKS, which is according to our values. And that's an opportunity to make sure that everything's travelling well, that there are no major class issues, and they look at sort of the sorts of things that are coming up. So it's a very, very important session that they do as a form group with their form teacher.
Can you start Year 10 vet and change your mind halfway and do full-time studies at the college?
Yes, you can, but what we find is that we're usually full. I mean, we don't take, because of the great numbers at year 11, 12, we don't take many at year 10. So we take two groups of no more than about 24, 25 for the arts, 24 really, we try not to get to 25, and no more than 22 in the technology areas. And they're usually full by November, right? And then we have people on waiting lists. And at this point, we're not really keen to add any more year 10 classes to that, because, you know, year 10 are like our bedrock. We want to instill our culture. We're very precious to us. So we want to make sure that they are really embedded in the school, in the culture, in the way we operate here, so that when we do get all this influx of students at year 11, 12, that sense of who we are and the way we operate here, they can pass it on and be inclusive and supportive of the others. So if you are applying, I would suggest that you do apply early. We've already started interviewing, but usually by about November, we're pretty full.
During an interview, are we able to ascertain what direction is better to go in, example, music or art?
Yes, absolutely. Part of the interview process is to have a look at what your interests are, what the possibilities are, and what might suit you, that provides you as many options as possible, because the whole idea is to open up options. And the other thing too is we've had students coming in here that, you know, think they're going to go into music, and by 11, 12, they're also doing global politics, and they end up at University of New South Wales in international relations. So we understand that young people can change and that their interests change. And sometimes you don't even know what you're really good at. So that's why we, at year 10, we actually get you to try as many areas as possible so you can see what the possibilities are.
How competitive is it to get into the Year 10 dance in the full-time program?
How hard is it?
Yeah.
We do an audition, and I can't tell you, because really it depends on the audition. So we'll give you time to prepare, and then you'll have an audition with our dance coordinator, and then after that we can talk.
Is intake for Year 10 dependent on location or zoned?
No, we're not zoned. We actually take students from across Melbourne.
I've heard that vet carpentry classes are very large. Can you please provide estimated numbers?
Okay, with our vet building and construction classes, yes, they're large, but it's a huge hangar space, and we have 3 teachers available. So usually it's about a ratio of one teacher to 18 students. And now with COVID, we've actually separated them out, so into another large area, so that we don't have all the students in that one area.
Once applied, when will we find out if we are accepted?
Very quickly, once you send us once you apply online, so go to our website, apply online. Don't even wait for us to contact you. Straight after that, email us your reports from last year and your semester reports from this year. Email that to our NCAT email. As soon as we get that paperwork together, we'll review it and we'll contact you and make an interview time.
How do you select students for Year 10 technology?
Again, in terms of Year 10 technology, the way we do it is we have a look at your reports. We make sure that you're someone who behaves well, because that's just fundamental. You're going to be around a lot of machinery. So we really need young people who are really reliable with that they're respectful, that follow instructions. So that's key. That's absolutely vital. And I guess the other thing with that is just that you're someone who tries hard and who really wants to get through into the sorts of pathways that we offer.
How hard is it to get into visual arts in year 11?
We just want to see some of your artwork. It's not hard. We just want to make sure that that this is what you want to do here.
How long and what might requirements be for a music audition?
Okay, with the music audition, we're actually doing them by Zoom. So you get an opportunity to choose 2 contrasting pieces. And so Dr. Peter Myers, our head of music, he will contact you, and online he'll get you to perform 2 contrasting pieces and then just interview you, and that is what it is.
If students or if prospective students are doing virtual interviews, we have a question about how they send through their visual art portfolio.
Email, right? We do everything by email and Zoom. So believe me, I've now done a number of interviews, and it's actually not bad. I was a bit, thinking, oh, it's going to be hard doing it because we're doing it on Zoom, but we send you all the pre-information. Students send us some examples of their work. So I've had examples of students that have done some videos. I've had examples of students of some of their drawings or paintings, or one who's really keen on photography sending me some of their photography work. We've also had some technology students that have actually shown us some of the stuff they've made, some at home or some at school. So we'd love to see what you do. And you can send us photos of that or scan and send information to us.
Where exactly on the website is the application form?
Okay, so if you go to www.ncat, sorry, my W's are all wobbly. So ncat.vic.edu.au/applications, that's where they are. So it's our website /application. So I'm sure you've been on our website because you've come on tonight. So just /applications, you'll be there. Any other questions? No? Okay, well, I hope you've had an opportunity to get a sense of the school and to really see what we're about. But don't forget, if you really want to find out a lot more about any of those special areas, then come along next week and you'll be able to talk to you'll be able to see the individual teachers talk about their area and take you for a tour around all the various facilities. So thank you for your attention tonight. Thank you for coming on board, and I look forward to seeing some of you either by Zoom or in real life. So there you go. All the very best. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the year, and all the best from us.